Good
Ready?
to see you again.
So what do you guys think about the documentary?
I thought it was great.
Very
Very interesting.
Love the fact that you started to open up a dialogue about some things, but I think you got to go cut a little deeper on some of it.
Plan. Tell me why I should cut deeper. And how?
Here's how I think you should cut deeper. I think a lot of women don't know when to turn off being a parent and then turn on being a woman. Because what happens is I've dated plenty of wonderful women, but they just so hard about being a parent and handling their business. But when it comes to being with their man, they're just like, they can't shut it off. They want to challenge you at every corner. Every decision you make, they want to every time you try to do something, they want to be on top of you. And it's like, oh, I've been working all day. Can I just enjoy being with you?
And that's why we're doing a documentary on do men know what they want? So we can give them that information.
Yes.
And you're also not one of her children.
Yes.
You're her lover.
I actually
you're her
had a woman
friend.
grab me by my wrist like I was her child to go someplace. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. And walking the lead, I'm like, okay, have I sent the wrong message? Have I done something? You know, it's...
That's the first I've ever heard that before, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's so difficult for men to tell women that they have relationships with other women?
Because I think that they want all of the women that they could possibly have. Honestly, that's how I feel. I mean, I think that they don't want to be honest.
But sometimes if they're honest, they can have the woman and the other
Right.
woman without having to lie about it.
Correct, and I feel like the woman did in the documentary. Tell me what you want me to know. Let me know so that I can make the decision. If I want to be involved, if I want to be involved, let me make the choice. Don't make the choice for me.
I disagree. I think a man can be honest with a woman. They just have to give the woman the opportunity to make that decision. I mean, they can be honest. They can say what they want. A lot of women are intelligent enough to say, you know what? They have to ingest it and then say, okay, maybe I can deal with this person. Just because he's physically attracted to another woman doesn't mean that he wants to be quote unquote committed to that woman in the sense of he wants to take care of her for the rest of her life. He wants to make a home with her. He wants to make a life with her with children. Just because he wants to have a physical relationship with someone doesn't mean that he wants to not have a committed relationship with her.
What brings me to my next question. Is infidelity a deal breaker?
No. I think you have to define it. Is it a sexual experience or is it an emotional connection?
What if it's both?
Then you gotta really decide what you want. If it's both, then you might have some real serious choices to make. Yeah, it might be a deal breaker.
I was going to say, how do you quantify infidelity? I mean, if you're open and honest with your mate, and you say, okay, listen, you can sense when your relationship is changing. You know, when it's evolving into something else. So if you get to the point where, okay, well, I know things are not going this way with you and I, what changes do we need to make? What compromises do we need to make? If you're going to have a successful relationship with someone, at some point you need to make compromises. And if you know that you're no longer fulfilling a certain part in your relationship with your mate, then you have to allow that mate to experience it somewhere else. If you're open and honest with that person. It's like, I still love you. I still want to be with you. I still want to have this home with you.
People are afraid to have a conversation.
I've had the conversation.
Not you.
I'm saying, but
how hard that is for a lot
it
of
is a hard conversation. But guess what?
It needs to happen.
We deal with hard things. We deal with hard things every day. You know, with this economy, that's a hard thing we're dealing with. But guess what? We deal with it because we have to. And if you still love this person that you're with, guess what? You make the hard decisions that you need to make.
That's a very good point. In the documentary, a gentleman said that a woman that's 30 years old has been with 10 men is too many men. Well, what was your reaction when you saw it?
Would you like my honest opinion? He is dating an other. He's not dating a black woman, number one. And when he gets ready to date a real woman, give him my phone number. It's on that sheet that the lady has. Tell him to call me. I'm ready. Because he needs to go to school. He hasn't been there yet. I don't know who he's dating or what he's dating, but it certainly is not a woman.
Wow. 10 ain't enough.
10 ain't enough?
10 ain't enough. How you gonna learn something from 10? I mean, 10, that's like Cheerios. You know, you're gonna cook me breakfast. I mean, 10, that's nothing. You know, it's like...
Come see me.
Y'all gonna start a fight, I swear.
That's okay.
There was an expression that was used in the documentary that started women murmuring around the audience, and that is the word compete. Do women have a problem with the word compete, and should they?
They shouldn't. Many women have a problem with the word submissive and obedient. but none of those words are bad words. It's your interpretation of the words.
And I don't think it should be a competition. If you're with the person, you're with them. If you like them, you like them. When it's all over, when you run out, then it's over.
Aren't we talking about having a good man and a good woman?
Absolutely.
So if you have a good man, don't you want to be your best to maintain that relationship and improve that relationship, or can you just be yourself?
I feel like you need to be your best, but being your best may just be being yourself. People should accept you as you are. Do not put any stipulations on me. If you see some bigger, better prize that you're interested in, my thing, by all means, go for it, but do not bring that over here.
What do you say to that?
No, but if you love this man that you're with and you want to be the best person for him all the time, every day, all day, in every sense of the word, then what's the problem with putting your best foot forward?
I didn't say not to put your best foot forward. I said that if your best is being yourself, then by all means, go for it. I'm sure when you met him, you might have been dressed up, but maybe you don't dress up every day. Maybe that's not your style, and you either like it or leave it.
As we get older, we evolve, we mature, we grow. So you have to change with that, don't you think?
It depends on what you want to do. I'm not going to sit here and debate that. Just like I said, I'm not in a competition. I'm not going to be in a competition. I am who I am.
Do you compete in any aspect of your life? Do you compete at work?
Probably, yes. Yeah, I do.
At anything else?
Probably.
When you drive your car, you kind of competing with the drivers in front of you?
No, because they are wackos here. Too many.
Best example.
Yeah, but no. But yes, you're right. I mean, it just depends. I mean, it just depends.
Let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
But like you said, if you compete at work, you compete because you want a better position. You're going to compete with other people to get that raise, to get that better job. So why not compete to maintain the relationship that you have? If you know some other woman is trying to come after your man, and she's trying to do something that maybe you haven't thought of, but that you're willing to do, why not do that in order to keep your man? If you know it's something that you will do anyway.
It's all good. If that's what he likes, by all means, go for it. I'm not doing it.
So you wouldn't be open to doing something that you know that you're willing to try?
It depends on what it is. It's a lot of things that are too open.
That you're willing to try. You may not have done it yet, but it's something that you're willing to do.
I don't know.
I'm going to get that guy your number. You already.
I'll make it an easy one. Suppose he wants to go whitewater rafting, but this other woman's like, oh, I'm an outdoorsy girl, and we can do all this wonderful stuff. And you know, your man's like, man, I really want to go whitewater rafting. You wouldn't go whitewater rafting with your man?
I would try it.
That's my point.
I understand.
There you go.